Hello and welcome back to Lost in the World. Today we are having an honest and open discussion about Kazuha, whether you should or shouldn't summon for him, because I want to try and be a bastion for honesty, I think, to counteract a lot of the overhype that happens a lot of the time. Now, I gave some opinions on Kazuha on stream, which I'm going to play for you in a minute. They were my initial impressions. I do have some further thoughts on Kazuha, which I will tell you after my initial impressions are done, and then we'll go from there. Just ignore the footage in the background. That's just there, just so there's something in the background. This was just done with me kind of speed running Spiral Abyss to get to floor 12 for the stream tomorrow while I was on the phone, so I was just kind of just messing around with Kazuha, Xiao, and the ridiculous swirl buffs on floor 11. So yeah, ignore that, but yeah, here's the initial thoughts I had after 24 hours of playing and messing around and looking at the opinions of different theory crafters, comparing them to my own notes, and then afterwards I'll go into some further findings and whether or not I think you should summon for him. Super short video, take care and enjoy. What I'm going to do is, I've actually, look, guys, I've actually been doing some work. I've been making notes, I've been comparing, I've been looking at some information from theory crafters early on, comparing them to my own opinions and my own findings. I'm going to start off the stream. A good guy. I've been spending a lot of time on it, and often when I look at like theory crafters and what they're saying, I do try and see what I do is I form my own opinion, then I'll read what theory crafters are saying. We've obviously done a lot of maths on it, and then I compare and I just see where our overlap is, where I differ. What I don't do is check theory crafters first and then have my opinion on a character. So what I do is I play a character, I'll test him. I was messing around with a bit of Venti yesterday. My Sucrose isn't leveled, so it was difficult for me to really compare Sucrose, but you can obviously, there's a lot of information out on Sucrose already, so you can compare a lot of information on Sucrose and compare to what Kazuha is. Full opinion on Kazuha, guys, is this, okay? I've always said I will be honest about my opinion on 5 stars, because this community is full of people, no names mentioned, who say that they care about the community, and they sit here on stream and they go, Pog? Oh my god. Oh my god, look. Oh my god. Okay, look. Kazuha is, first and foremost, really, really good, okay? He's a very good unit. Now, what was one of the first things I said yesterday when I was playing Kazuha? I said, I don't know where he slots in compared to what's already out there in his team comps, okay? If you have Venti and you're free, this is, by the way, if you're free to play. This isn't if you're a whale. This isn't if you've got money. This isn't if you want to take Kazuha on a date. This isn't if you like the clothes he wears and you want fashion advice. That's all separate, man. You guys fuzz of summon if you want to summon for those reasons. I always say, when you press M, this is your game world. Thank you, good guy. Thank you, good guy. Thank you for the 3 months. Thank you for the support, man. When you press M, this is your map. You enjoy this game as you see fit, okay? Obviously, he's not as good as Venti. Nobody is as good as Venti, so kind of saying that isn't really a negative. It's just a game design decision mihoyo made on Venti for it to make him incredible, okay? So, if you have Venti and you're, tight on money, tight on primogems, you don't need to summon for Kazuha. Fact. Simple as. You don't need him, okay? If you have a Sucrose, okay? If you have a Sucrose, wrong character. If you have a Sucrose and she's C6 and you are comfortable, or even C2 or C4, I mean C2 probably, but really C4 if you're being super picky. If you've got a Sucrose and you're comfortable using her and you're happy with how she works, should you summon for Kazuha? Not really. The problem there isn't Kazuha, it's that Sucrose is now stupidly strong, okay, for a 4-star. Okay, and then you got to think it's much easier to get your cons for Sucrose than it is for Kazuha. Now, this is the very non-Genshin way of promoting 5 stars. Really, what I should be saying is, oh my god, he's amazing, everybody summon, oh my god, then you're going to be broke, and then, yeah, you're going to be depressed, yeah. But that's not really how I do content, in all honesty. And it's probably going to mean, some people don't like watching me because I don't get overly excited. But he is really good. If you don't have Venti, and you have, like, for example, I've got a Sucrose, but she's not leveled, right? She's 60, but I've never used her. Not really enjoyed using her. I don't really like Catalyst users. Kazuha's for people like me, right? Like, he's a nice alternative. To me, he's an alternative to Venti in that he provides the damage buff, and it's just something fun to play, rather than, just pressing Q all the time and winning. He's really good, okay? He's really good. Should you summon for him if you're comfortable with Sucrose or you have a Venti? This is if you want to decide who to spend your primos. No, because we know who's coming. Ayaka's coming. Ayaka's going to be the worst case scenario, 4th best DPS in the game, probably the 3rd best DPS in the game, and in my opinion, she's gonna have a bit of crowd control built in. She'll probably be better than Hu Tao, as in she'll be easier to play. So you know, you got to think: do you need that character? Do you need a Nemo? If you need a Nemo, maybe summon for him. You know, an Nemo's a good unit. He can slot into any team because a Nemo's a support element. So you know, you gotta balance out these things, right? Let me go through my notes because I just started waffling then. Right, Kazuha really good, but overlaps a lot with Venti and Sucrose. Easy to Sucrose is easy to get, and you can easy to get constellations on Sucrose. So I said that already. Venti is just better, but everybody knows that already. Lack of elemental sharing to all characters is a massive negative because I think it's what was expected, and I think sometimes expectations can kill a character, right? I thought he would be giving elements to every character. He doesn't. For me, that's a if he did, he'll be a really good character. I mean, he's already really good, but you know, he'd be top tier. Is literally a 5-star Sucrose. Yeah, I think we all kind of know that now. He's very strong. He is very strong if you do not have a leveled Venti or Sucrose. Yeah, okay. If you care about style of play, design, and don't care about overlap, he's awesome. He's very good. He has great design. I love his design. I love his animations. I love the samurai style. He's a cool character. He looks good. He's a cool looking character. I like it. I believe that he'll be strong with upcoming characters more than likely. Okay, so they were my initial impressions after playing him for one night and in the morning, testing him out in a few different compositions and just seeing how his kit worked. And I think my general opinion stays the same. What I am going to say is there are some builds, and this is the thing with Kazuha, he's quite a complicated character when it comes to theory crafting. There are some builds, and I think this is going to definitely be more the case in the future as well, where he is proven to be even stronger and even more fun. A Thundering Fury build, for example, which buffs Overloaded, Superconduct, Electrocharged by 40%. Now with his Elemental Mastery, and that buff as well is just doing insane damage. The only issue there on that is how many people have a Thundering Fury set build for Kazuha. Now, as someone who resin refreshes, the thought of getting that set ready just for that specific build is not a fun one to me, especially when I'm desperately trying for those ayaka artifacts I'm just not getting at all. All my focus is going to be on getting the ayaka artifacts for her. Will I farm Thundering Fury? I'd love to think I will have time to farm Thundering Fury for that specific Kazuha build because it looks hella fun, and I'd love to be able to have builds that are not just based around Melt and Vaporize. It'll be cool to have Elemental Mastery based Elemental Reaction build, and he's really good there. But the caveat still stands that if you have a Venti and a Sucrose, do you need to be spending, as a free-to-play player, your gems on Kazuha if you're summoning for viability and meta? I'll leave that to you. I've given my opinion. I think he's a great character though. I think he's fantastic. This is how you design characters aesthetically, skill-wise, and his usefulness in content, and the way his design is in terms of gameplay is great. Literally the polar opposite of Eula for me. This character is absolutely fantastic. He's a 8 out of 10. The only thing against him is that Venti's a 10 out of 10 and Sucrose is also an 8 out of 10. But really, guys, this isn't really a guide. It's very simple, Kazuha, how to build him. You can either go Viridescent Venera or you can go Thundering Fury. Thundering Fury, I don't know how many players will have Thundering Fury sets with Elemental Mastery. I'm guessing not a huge amount. So then you got to decide, are you going to spend your resin farming for that? Or are you going to spend your resin farming for either yoimiya or ayaka when you'll already have a Viridescent set, a lot of Viridescent sets for Kazuha. Because, you know, a lot of people farm the Viridescent set for Sucrose and Venti. So yeah, you know, these are things you've got to balance out. It's not as simple as saying somebody's amazing, go farm this, because resin is a thing. Resin time gates you, and it gates you from getting access to things. So these are things that really have to be taken into consideration. I think Thundering Fury looks incredible, and is definitely something I will have an eye to building. If you're free to play, can you afford to farm Thundering Fury for a Kazuha when you've already got a Venti and Sucrose? I don't think you can. That's only something you can decide. I can't tell you what your primogem state is, or, you know, what you want to summon for. Maybe you don't want ayaka or yoimiya or whoever else is coming in the future, in which case, do you. Enjoy yourselves. But that's it, really. I just wanted to give my thoughts. Should you summon for him? Yes, if you don't have Venti and Sucrose, for sure, you should highly consider summoning. If you have a Venti, should you summon? If you want Ayaka and yoimiya, I'm going to say no. If you have Venti and Sucrose, should you summon? This is all free to play, by the way. If you have Venti and Sucrose, should you summon? I'm going to say no, assuming you want anybody in the near future. No worries, take care. Thank you for watching. That was my honest opinion. I'm having a lot of fun with him. I think he's fantastic, and it's nice that I actually enjoy this character. Yeah, take care. Thank you for watching. Peace.